honestly, the sun is setting and like, what could go wrong? So anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do a story time about the first like rave I went to. Now, mind you, I've been to like raves a few times, but I've been to like these ones at this like little convention I go to called the Costucon. It's like a local convention here in where I like live. It's just downtown of like Fort Wayne, which is where I live. But I've been to those ones, but they're really usually like small compared to like the real ones that like people have a lot, where people bring like Molly and like weed and like drugs and shit like that. So yeah. This one was like the first one this was like the first like quote unquote real one. So like, you know, with the drugs and the Molly and shit. And it's like this big fucking rave and it's out. It's called the Electric Spring Rave. I went to the Electric Spring one, and I think there's another one coming up called Electric Summer. They have like electric ones for every season. There's like Electric Spring, Electric Summer, Electric Halloween, Electric Winter, I think there's one. But it's like indoors, but this one was like outdoors. This is at the what's it called? Not Lakeside. Headwaters. This was at the Headwaters Park thingy. And basically, I'm just gonna like tell you like basically what happens. Okay, so like the week before this, I had been planning on going. I kind of wanted to go, and then like out of nowhere, I was kind of like, I don't really want to go anymore. Then my friends were like, oh, we have an extra ticket. It's fine, just like pay us back later, and we have like an extra ticket for you, so you can go with us. And it was like I literally like decided to go like the day of. Like I was at school, my friends were like, we have an extra ticket, let's go, and I was like, fine, whatever, I don't give a shit. I was like, I'll have fun, it's whatever. So basically we got there, and this is also kind of like a first concert to go to, because like, if you've ever been to a rave before, there's like live DJs. Usually there's like live DJs there. Sometimes there's not, but I don't know, I think there's always like live DJs or whatever. But so it's also kind of like a concert, sort of. It's like, yeah, if you've ever been to like a rave, it's basically that. Oh, by the way, like, I know I'm wearing a bucket hat. I know I'm a shithead. I'm a fucking disgusting shithead. And this is like a fucking Bass Pro Shop bucket hat. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just weird. Bye. So, anyways, so it rolls around to like the nighttime, and me and my friends are like, okay, let's fucking like roll up and let's fucking go. So I'm wearing like, I don't know, I don't think I have the pictures anymore because it was on my old phone, and this is like my new phone. But like, I wore like this tank top that had like a yin yang symbol on it, and then I wore like these like high-waisted shorts, and it was like a really nice outfit. I just had my hair up in a bun, and I had like really pretty, actually my makeup was so pretty that night. I was surprised that I like didn't get hit on, because I was like really pretty that night. It was crazy. And I just had my hair up in a bun because I had nothing to do with it, because it was like I had my like curly hair, so I have like, whenever I have curly hair I just usually throw up in a bun, so it's whatever. So we get there, and I could already hear the music pumping, and I could hear people like getting crazy and like shit like that. And it was nighttime, and it starts at like 5:30, but I think we got there at like 9 or maybe like 8, and it ends at like 12. So we like left when everyone else left, but yeah. But we got there, and at first my friend was like really like, I was really pumped at first. Like I was like, oh my god, like this is so fucking cool. I'm gonna have like a really fucking fun time. And then like my friend was kind of like, oh, I don't know, like this is kind of weird. I don't know. I might want to leave eventually. And I was like, well, what the fuck ever, like, let's just, whatever. But, like, when you enter, there's, like, not much going on, because it's, like, in the back, and then, like, you have to go up to the front stage. If you've ever been to, like, Headwaters Park, you know what I'm talking about. But, like, the stages are up here, and then, like, you enter back here. So, like, back here, not many people are, well, like, yeah, there are a few people back here. But it's, like, it's not very crowded, it's not as crazy, and shit like that. So we were basically like, okay, well, we need to get up to the front. Like, we always need to go up to the front. So we were like, okay, let's, like, we literally, like, it was so funny because it was so fucking crowded. We all held each other's hands, and we were, like, walking like this. Like, we were a fucking friend train. Like, it was some kindergarten friend train shit. We somehow we pushed our ways through up to the front. Like, we were up pretty close. And, I mean, like, I like parties, and I like to party and shit like that, but I don't like to party for too very long. Also, my ears are pretty sensitive because I listen to really loud music, and I'm always constantly afraid that I'm gonna go deaf one day. I'm so serious. We did this project in school, and it talked about how, like, kids go deaf from listening to, like, too much music and, like, going to, like, parties and shit like that. So, yeah. So, we get up to the front, and the music is, like, blasting, and it's so, like, crazy that you can, like, feel it in the ground, and you can, like, I could feel it in my skull, and I don't know if you, like, that sounds really weird, but I could feel it, like, resonating through my body, and, like, into my head, and, like, throughout my body. It was just, like, really fucking crazy, and it was just crazy. Anyways. It was just really crazy, and, like, the music was, like, bam, bam, like, into my ears, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking go deaf. So, and, like, another thing that, like, really pissed me off, and, like, not pissed me off, but, like, just kind of, like, made me, like, go, like, ew. because everyone was like smoking or smoking weed, and like I'm not gonna be like, oh, smoking weed is bad for you, and like smoking is bad for you, fucking stop, like smack your cigarette out of your fucking hand or smack your blunt out of your fucking hand. Like, I'm not gonna be that bitch, but like, I just don't like the smell of cigarette smoke. I mean, like, weed smells like pretty okay to me. Like, I'm not really bothered by weed, but like cigarette smoke, that smells so nasty to me. I just fucking hate it. And everyone was like fucking drinking like beer. I hate the smell of beer too. But which, by the way, the reason why I ended up like going back, and like I'll get to that in a second, is because like someone threw beer at me. But anyways, we were up in the front and everyone was like partying. Guys had like their shirts off, and like girls were like, oh yeah, and I was just kind of like I was like dancing like shit. Like when we first got up there, I was like, hey, I was like fucking turning it up and shit. But like, yeah, we got up to the front and it was like I said, the music was like in my ears and shit like that. It kind of hurt. People were like screaming and shit like that. It was like not really my style, but at the same time it kind of was. It's like really, it's super, like, I'm so picky with like parties and shit like that. Like, it's either gonna be my shit or it's gonna be like not my shit. Someone either threw water or beer on us. I think it was water because it didn't smell like the actual beer on me. But someone threw water on us, and I'm wearing like full face makeup, and I'm just like, shit, I gotta get out of here. I don't look pretty. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back because like people are bumping into me. It's like hot and sweaty, and like there's music like blasting in my ear, and I don't really like that. And like I could smell cigarette smoke. It smelled so gross. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the back and just chill. So basically, throughout like the majority of the time over there, like not the whole time, but the majority of the time, I was like in the back by myself. And like my friends were not responding to my texts. I was like, can you please like come back here? They were not responding to my texts. So like half an hour or maybe even an hour goes by. I'm just chilling by myself. I'm texting one of my other friends who's like not there, but I'm just like texting him. But eventually my friends are like, oh my gosh, where are you? And at this moment my phone's at like 3% and I'm just like, fuck. Like I don't know what the fuck to do because yeah. So like they're calling me and I can't hear them, and I'm like texting them and they're not texting me back. It's fucking hectic, but you know, eventually I find them, which God fucking thank. But like, well, I mean, like, it wasn't that horrible when I sat there by myself, like in the back, because there were some people there who I actually like knew, and I ran into like some kids from school, and I talked to them, and then I actually talked to one of the dancers who was on the stage, because they had like these like girls in like one-piece suits, like dancing and shit like that, and I like started talking to one of them. They were like really cool. They were like really cool, and I got her Instagram. She followed me on Instagram, and I followed her back. But yeah. But I finally found my friends, and one of them used the bathroom, and then we like lost her. Literally, we like lost her, and my phone like died. And then we finally found her again, and then when we found her, we were like, okay, time to go back up. So we went back up to the stage, and at this point, I was kind of a lot more like together, and I was like, okay, I know what to expect now. So now I can kind of like fucking turn up. So I was like fucking turning up, and I was like, hey, hey, I was like turning up to the music and shit like that. I was jumping around. And at one certain points, I like kind of wanted to go back, but then I was like, no, my friends want to be up here, and I'm not gonna like go back and just kind of like ruin their time. I'm gonna like stay up here with them and have like party and shit like that. And it wasn't to the point where I was like crying. I wasn't like freaking out about it. I was just kind of like, oh, like little things were bothering me, and it's just like, what the fuck ever. I should just turn up. Like I paid like $14 to get in here. Just fucking turn up, you know. And then eventually one of my friends had to leave, so then they left. And then we, like, the other three of us were just, like, stay up in the front, and we were, like, partying and shit like that. But when we went back up there, someone, like, actually threw, like, beer on us, and that was not cute. I was, like, pissed. I was, like, shit, I'm, like, mad now. And I just kind of, like, everyone was, like, partying, and I was just kind of sitting there, like, bitch, like, are you fucking kidding me? Because now I smell like beer, and I'm gonna have to be like, hey, someone threw beer on me. So my parents, like, understood. They were like, oh, like, it's whatever, it's a party, people are fucking stupid and crazy. So I was like, yeah. Thanks for watching. That was just like my first rave story time, I guess. Nothing like really crazy happened. I just need fucking YouTube content so I can fucking like make this YouTube channel.